I smile wide. I look at myself into the mirror. Lips curled upward, eyes dead, I smile. But my eyes, they're empty. I laugh a little, then louder. It sounds like a joke, but feels like a scream behind a mask. People run from pain. They try to hide it, fix it, or shut it down. But not me. I face it. I listen to it. Pain doesn't want to destroy me. It wants to show me who I really am. They told me pain is bad, that feeling sad or angry means something is wrong with me. They say, scroll the phone, take a pill, smile, and move on. But I don't lie to myself. I know pain is not the enemy. It's the truth. It's real. Pain doesn't kill me. It wakes me up. In this fake world, we hide our wounds like they're secrets. We fake joy, fake smiles, fake lives. But pain, it never lies. It cuts through the noise. It takes off the mask. It shows the face I was scared to see. That's why I don't run from it, because once I accepted my pain, they couldn't control me anymore. I'm not saying pain feels good. I'm saying it's the only real thing left. I laugh now, not because I'm crazy, but because I've stopped pretending. Pain doesn't make me weak. It makes me powerful. They say I feel too much. They call that broken. No, I am awake. I feel everything. And that's my power. What do you see when you look at pain? Something to run from, something to fix, something to silence, or something trying to wake you up. We've been taught that pain is the enemy, that suffering is a flaw, that the moment discomfort touches us we must escape, scroll, swipe, medicate, smile. But what if that pain isn't there to destroy you? What if it's there to reveal you? In a world obsessed with constant pleasure, we've demonized the very thing that makes us human. We hide our wounds like they're crimes. We numb ourselves until we can't feel the difference between joy and emptiness. But pain, it never lies. It cuts through illusion. It strips you bare. It unmasks. Pain doesn't kill me. It shows me who I really am. And maybe, just maybe, that's why the world fears it. Because once you've made peace with your pain, they can't control you with comfort. This is not about embracing suffering for the sake of it. It's about recognizing that suffering might be the only honest thing left in a dishonest world. A laugh that echoes through the cracks. Not madness, defiance. Because once you've felt real pain, the fake smiles, the hollow noise, the scripted happiness, none of it works anymore. Pain doesn't kill me. It gives me power in this world. Pain has become a scandal. The moment you hurt, you're told to hide it. Smile, stay strong, think positive, repeat the mantras. Good vibes only. It's not that deep. Move on. But it is that deep. Modern society has turned discomfort into a disease. Feeling too much, that's a chemical imbalance. Struggling to cope, that's weakness. Pain is no longer seen as part of life. It's a glitch in the system, an error to be patched, so we medicate. We distract, we bury. But as Carl Jung once said, what you resist not only persists, it grows. Pain doesn't vanish when ignored. It festers, it multiplies in the silence. And eventually it speaks louder through addiction, depression, rage, apathy. Social media turned this into a theater. Smiling selfies, hiding broken souls. Inspirational quotes slapped over emotional wounds. Flexing through trauma like it's proof of strength, when in truth, it's a desperate cry for permission to feel. Everyone's fine. No one's honest. We live in a society where expressing sadness is awkward, but pretending everything's okay is normal. We forgot what the Stoics knew thousands of years ago. Pain isn't the enemy, it's the forge. It's not there to punish you, it's there to prepare you. They didn't numb it, they welcomed it. Because pain meant growth was coming. We do not grow in comfort, we grow in chaos. So the question isn't why you're in pain. The question is, what is your pain? Trying to show you that this world refuses to. In a culture that worships comfort, the most radical thing you can do is feel. Viktor Frankl stood on the edge of annihilation, starved, tortured, dehumanized, inside the walls of a Nazi concentration camp. Everything was stripped from him except one thing, his ability to choose how he responded to suffering. From that abyss, he didn't find despair. He found a philosophy of go-to-therapy, the belief that man's deepest need is not comfort, not even survival, but meaning. Frankl realized something chilling and profound. If there is a why to your suffering, you can survive almost anyhow. Pain, then, isn't the end of the road. It's a doorway. Biologically, pain is feedback. Touch a phlegm, it burns. Lose someone you love, it shatters. Pain is your body, your mind, your soul, screaming something matters here. But emotionally, pain is more than feedback. It is resistance. It's the gap between who you were and who you're becoming. Transformation always begins with pain. Because evolution demands sacrifice. Jung called it the shadow, the part of us we hide, deny, repress, and pain. That's the shadow banging on the walls of your comfort zone. It doesn't want to ruin you. It wants to be seen. The wound, Rumi said, is where the light enters. Not where you break, but where you begin. We think pain is a curse. But what if it's a mirror, not just reflecting your suffering, but your strength? Because the truth is, pain doesn't just show you where you hurt. It shows you where you're still alive. It points to the parts of yourself still capable of feeling, of caring, of changing. Buddhist psychology doesn't run from pain. It watches it, it sits with it, and slowly it dissolves its grip. Not by force, but by understanding theirs. A power in presence, in choosing to stay with the discomfort long enough to hear what it's really saying. You begin to realize pain isn't happening to you. It's happening for you, not to punish, but to prepare. Not to wound, but to wake. Every scar is a story. Every ache is an invitation to go deeper, to become more, to remember that you are still in process. The alchemy of suffering is this: what breaks you can also remake you, and the pain that once felt unbearable might just become the path to your power. Pain has always terrified those in power, not because it weakens people, but because it awakens them. The Roman Empire knew this well. Gladiators bled for public amusement. Executions became theater. The crowd was entertained, distracted, sedated. Real human suffering repackaged as spectacle, not to expose pain, but to control it. Keep people watching, keep them numb, keep them from asking real questions. Then came the church. Not all faith, but certain dogmas. Pain was no longer a signal, it was a punishment. Suffering meant sin and salvation. It could only be bought through obedience. Guilt became currency. Pain became proof of your brokenness, and they offered the cure: confession, repentance, silence, submission. Fast forward to today, not much has changed now. Pain is a market. Pharmaceutical companies sell silence in pill form, not numbing, because healed people don't keep buying. And media, it trains you to seek dopamine, not depth. Every scroll, every tap, another step away from your discomfort. Another layer between you and the truth. Orwell warned us, true control isn't about locking bodies. It's about breaking minds. If you can endure pain, you're dangerous, because you can resist comfort. And if you can resist comfort, you can say no. You can rebel. This is why pain is suppressed, not explored. Because a man who has made peace with pain is a man no system can break. He cannot be blackmailed with fear. He cannot be manipulated with promises of ease. He has nothing left to lose and everything to fight for. Your pain isn't just personal, it's political. Because the moment you stop running from it, the moment you embrace it, you step outside the machinery. You unplug, you see, and in that clarity, you become what the world fears most: free. He laughs, but nothing is funny. The Joker is not just a villain. He's a question mark, a walking contradiction that exposes everything we try to ignore. He is not madness. He is the product of a mad world, a world that medicates without listening, that mocks what it doesn't understand, that creates suffering and then shames you for feeling it. Arthur Fleck was invisible, a ghost in his own life, discarded by the system, ignored by the crowds, dismissed by those who had the power to help, but didn't. He tried to be good, to play the part, to smile, to cope. But the weight kept building until the mask cracked, and from that fracture, the Joker emerged, not as a monster, but as a mirror. Every system needs a scapegoat, but the Joker doesn't run from his pain. He weaponizes it. His laugh, it's not joy. It's the final scream of someone who's been hurt so deeply. The only response left is hysteria. He laughs because the world is so cruel, so absurd, so broken that crying would be too obvious. Heath Ledger's Joker burns the system just to watch it fall. Not because he wants chaos, but because chaos is the only honest language left. Joaquin Phoenix's Joker doesn't start as a villain. He starts as a man abandoned. His descent isn't transformation, it's revelation. You get what you deserve, he says, and the world recoils, not because he's wrong, but because he said what everyone else was too afraid to admit. In a society that fears discomfort, the Joker becomes terrifying because he feels everything, and he answers to no one. He is the laugh that breaks the system. Because once you've faced your pain, once you've survived the fire, you don't play by their rules. Anymore, you make your own. Pain is not your enemy, it is your initiation. The world will tell you otherwise. It will try to convince you that pain is failure, that struggle means you're broken, that suffering is something to hide, medicate, silence. But they're wrong, because every myth that ever mattered begins in darkness. The phoenix is not born from comfort, it rises through fire, ashes still clinging to its wings, smoke in its lungs, and yet it flies. Destruction is not the end. It's the beginning of something deeper. In psychology, trauma is not a death sentence. It's an origin story, not of who you were, but of who you can become if you choose to face it. Pain is not the closing of a chapter, it's the turning of a page. And in philosophy, there's no awakening without discomfort. The unexamined life, Socrates warned, is not worth living, but the examined life, it hurts, it breaks. It demands everything from you, but it also gives you back something no lie ever can. Clarity, meaning, power. You will carry your pain. The only question is, will it chain you or change you? You weren't born to be untouched. You were born to transform. And when you finally stop running from the fire and step into it, you'll realize what the Joker knew all along. Pain doesn't kill you. It reveals you. It stripped me of illusions, of roles I never chose, of the silence I was told to keep. And in the ashes of all I thought I was, I found something raw, something real. We're told to avoid pain, suppress it, label it as weakness. But no one says this. Pain isn't your enemy. It's your invitation. It wakes you up. It breaks you open. It shows you what's real and the truth. The most dangerous people you'll ever meet are the ones who faced their pain and used it. Don't numb it. Don't apologize for it. Feel it, face it, fuel it. Your scars aren't flaws. They're proof that you hit the wall and kept going, that you broke and rebuilt, that you bled and still rose. Power doesn't come from pretending. It comes from standing in your mess, unapologetic, unshaken, unstoppable. You don't need saving. You just need to remember who you are beneath. The pain is who you've been all along. So laugh if you must, cry if you need, but never forget this. The fire wasn't sent to burn you. It was sent to show you. You were the fire all along.